Hello, this is Christy. Did you know you could create multiple edits from a recording in Riverside, and therefore you can edit different versions of your episodes? Maybe you want to do a video version and an audio version, maybe a version for YouTube and another one for Spotify, or whatever variation you want to do. You can actually do them differently and start from scratch every time, or even take one edit and duplicate it. Let me show you how this works in the Riverside studio. I've got this recording here with Michael and a guest on the Builder Straight Talk podcast. And if you look in the recordings, this is about an hour and 6 minutes long. But if I go to the Edits tab, you see I have no edits here because I haven't actually started editing this episode. So you can click Edit from Scratch here, and it's going to open up a new edit, or you can do it from the Recordings tab by clicking this Edit button at the bottom. Let's click on that. And this one will open the Riverside editor and allow you to start editing. Now, you can use all of the tools and the functions and the AI stuff. I'm not going to spend much time on this right now, but I'm just going to quickly show you. You go to the AI tools, and let's say I want to do a quick run through with the AI just to remove some pauses, and then remove filler words, and then find fluff. You know, if it's found something, I'm going to approve. Let's just go crazy on this one. Magic audio, smart mute, and I'm going to go ahead and do smart layouts. And I think that's all I'm going to apply right now. There you go. So this is one edit. Let's call this one the video version edit, right? So going to the top here, I can actually rename. If I click on this little portion here, double click or triple click to select everything, delete all of that, and let's say video version. Okay, so I'm going to just save that, press enter, and that's my video version. Now, if I exit the editor right now, see what happens? It's actually going to go in the background and do the magic audio and all those things. I don't care. I don't need to wait for those to happen. They'll just happen in the behind the scenes. So if I go now to the back arrow here to click to exit the studio, here we are in the edits. Now you see my video version, the edited version that I've got here, that's in there. So now what I can do is a number of things. I could actually say, I want to actually do a new version. Let's call it an audio version only, by starting from this video version, duplicating it by clicking the three dots in here and saying duplicate. And I can actually rename that to be audio. Or if I want to start again with the blank slate, no edits done, I can go back to the recordings and then click edit again. When I do this, it creates a brand new edit from the same original recordings. Watch this. So here we go. If you look in here, it has no cuts made, no filler words removed, blank slate. I can go to the top again and just, my advice, stay organized. Let's select all of this title here and say audio version, right? Pressing enter. So now if you want to do another set of edits, starting from that, going to the AI stuff, whatever you want to do, maybe on the audio version, you want to be more aggressive with the cuts because you don't care about the video being junky and jumpy and, doing zoom ins and outs to mask bad cuts. Then you're going to be having a better time because on the audio, you're more free to do whatever you want with the cuts. So in that case, you want to go remove pauses, but I want to be like removing pauses even more aggressively by cranking this slider all the way to the top, making another version that's just audio, removing the filler words or maybe not, all those things. This is a completely different edit. If now I exit this area, and by the way, you can jump between these edits you made using the little arrow at the top, and you can see the drawer just open up with the two edits you've got right there at the top. You see the video version is there, the audio version is here, and I can jump to all the media clips that were created, like the magic clips and all those things. You can jump between them within the same project. But I can, again, click exit here on the little arrow, and I'm back in my edits tab, and I can see both of the edits showing up in here. So when you're done editing like this, you've got two versions and you can export them. If you go to the three dots in here and you say, I'm ready to export this one, and this one, again, click to export. And let's say that the audio version is an audio only, and I'm going to go to the three dots, click export, and Riverside's opened the studio and goes to the export tab on the top right. And here I can choose what exactly am I exporting. Since this is the audio version, you can go to the top here, switch to audio only, and you choose WAV or MP3, whatever you want to choose, and then choose to normalize the audio levels or remove the background noise, whatever you want to do, and then click export audio only. And that export is going to have the same name as your edit name, in this case, audio version, right? And once you press export, it takes you to the exports or to stay in there and keep editing. If I go to exports now, you can see the export being produced, and you'll also get an email when it's ready. And in the edits tab, everything has remained untouched. And if I want to export this one with a different name, you can rename it and then export it, and it's going to be the same name. But you can rename the exports after export anyway, so whatever. Another way to create an edit based on another edit is to actually duplicate the initial edit. Maybe you have a video version with all the cuts and the camera stuff and whatnot, but then based on that, because you've already done the work and cleaned it up and listened to the whole piece, you want to now export an audio version based on that one. So no need to edit from scratch anymore. Let's suppose the video version is finished. I can click the three dots in here in the Edits tab and select Duplicate. And that's going to take that edit and make a copy of it. You can rename it. My advice, just rename it immediately so you know what's happening, you know what's going on. Let's suppose it's already called copy of whatever the name was initially, but I can actually click these three dots again, rename here, and I say shorter video. You choose your names, click save, and now I can click edit in this one to make other changes to it. This is a good way to stay organized and work on incrementing your work from a raw recording to a basic edit, or maybe the more permissive edit. And then based on that, you can duplicate that and do another edit based on it. Or if you want to do like social media clips, for example, you can duplicate an edit and then isolate just the part you want to keep and remove everything else, doing a selection like this. For example, if I want to remove separate portions from this and create different edits from this, you can of course always work on a duplicate copy and select a portion like this, for example. And if this is the only thing you want to keep from this edit, maybe it's a longer section, doesn't matter. You make your selection and then you go to the three dots and you say keep only this. That's going to remove everything else from the episode, from the edit, and keep just that selection. This is another way for you to make a quick longer edit, but not entire episode, maybe a longer segment, just to select that yourself and then discard everything else and keep only that and make a new, I don't know, like a segment of some kind. And of course, once you're done, you can again go to the share button and then you can share it as a video, export it as a video, or an audio only. From this drop down here, you select an audio only, choose your format and export there. So this is kind of easy to go back to the recordings, back to the raw files, start again from scratch. If playing around and maybe you feel like you messed it up or something, you want to start again, start from there. And this is how you can create multiple edits from the same files. No need to re-upload anything, no need to delete stuff. You can keep iterating on your edits until you're happy. And one more thing, if you are hosting your podcast with Riverside, you can turn one of these exports into an episode, or even the edits without exporting them in advance. You can turn them into a podcast episode automatically. So I'm just going to give you an example with one of my other studios where I have some exports already done and my hosting is configured here. I can go to an edited episode right here at the bottom and go to the share button. And then here, among the other options that I have to download, to copy a link and share it to the social media platforms or whatever, I've got this one here. If my hosting has already been configured, I can choose new episode, and that's going to create a new episode on my hosted podcast like this, with that particular exported file right there, automatically turning it into an episode that I can distribute. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more tutorials on Riverside. And feel free to put any question in the comments and I will make a video about it. Thank you. See you next time.